Here we have a truly outstanding Paleo Story Stone face and mammoth effigy made out of quartz crystal geode from West Texas. This is an excellent Paleo Story Stone effigy from the standpoint of the facial imagery and the mammoth imagery. They contoured the edges of this geode. They worked it all the way around to form the profiles of the faces and the mammoths, and just did an excellent, outstanding job. Now, we know that the Paleo Story Stones, the eyes of the mammoth and the faces are typically inclusions that are in the stone or natural holes in the stone. And this natural hole now represents the eye of the faces and of the mammoth. And what we have here is a mammoth, a mature mammoth, facing off to the right. They, again, contoured all the edge around here. And of course, we see that's igneous. This is an igneous rock and geode, and it's heavily weathered and heavily patinated. Of course, it was made by our Paleo Indian friends over 11,000 years ago, as these were only made during the Paleolithic period in reverence to the mammoth. Once the mammoth became extinct, these were no longer made. But this is a great mammoth image. They left the hair tuft above the head in kind of a bas-relief 3D raised there. They could have flaked it off, but they didn't. And then the big sweeping trunk is contoured on the edges there, and to profile the mature mammoth now facing off to the right. And of course, we have this big sloping back, and then the back legs and the front legs with the arch in between. Just an outstanding example of a mature mammoth. I mean, truly outstanding imagery there of the mature mammoth. And we have the typical face, the eye, the nose, and the mouth of the face looking up from the back of this mammoth, which is typical iconographics when it comes to Paleo Story Stone face and mammoth effigies. Then when we turn it this way, now we have that baby mammoth with its little trunk over here, exaggerated eye, and massive hair tuft above the head. And what an outstanding image of a baby mammoth that is, right there facing left. And this was made to stand upright. You can see the translucency in the quartz. Beautiful stone, beautiful workmanship. Beautiful the way they contoured the edges all the way around it in big sweeping contour, sweeping flowing contour to form the faces and the mammoth imagery. And then when we hold it this way, wow, the faces are just outstanding. Again, we know they use natural holes or inclusions for the eye. So this is the eye of the younger face with the more pointed nose looking off to the left and the hairdo above the head. And then we have this big sweepy nose, this the eye again, big sweepy nose of the old face now looking off to the right. Just outstanding imagery. Young face facing off to the left. We see that young face over and over again. Of course, every Paleo Story Stone face and mammoth effigy has a young face and an old face. And this is the young face and the big sweepy nose that we see over and over again of the older face looking off to the right. But the mammoth imagery on this is just truly a piece of art here. This is a very, very well crafted Paleo Story Stone face and mammoth effigy made out of quartz crystal geode.